What would have happened if Egypt had not been conquered by Rome? The conquest of Egypt by Rome in 30 BC marked the end of the Ptolemaic dynasty and consolidated Roman influence in the eastern Mediterranean. However, how would history have changed if Egypt had remained independent? Let's look at 3 possible alternative scenarios. Had Egypt not been conquered by Rome, it could have strengthened its position as an economic and cultural power in the Mediterranean. Its control over the Nile and trade routes would have ensured its prosperity, while its political system, based on the Ptolemaic dynasty, could have evolved to adapt to the challenges of the time. Egypt could have served as a counterweight to Rome and other emerging powers, influencing the geopolitical dynamics of the Mediterranean while keeping its cultural identity more intact. One moment before continuing. If you like these alternative history analyses, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss any video. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the alternative past. The second scenario would be if Egypt fell under the influence of another power. Even if Egypt had avoided direct conquest by Rome, it is likely that another power, such as the Parthian Empire or even Macedonia, would have attempted to dominate the region. Egypt could have maintained its nominal independence, but under strong external influence, acting as a client state. In this scenario, Egyptian culture would still have influenced its neighbors, but its political independence would have been limited, and its cultural and economic development would have been largely dependent on the dominant power. The third and least likely scenario would be that Egypt would lead a coalition against Rome. In this version, Egypt not only maintains its independence, but leads an alliance of Hellenistic and Eastern states to resist Roman expansion. Under strong leadership, it could have delayed the Roman advance into the Eastern Mediterranean for several decades or even centuries. However, internal tensions and rivalries between these states would have hampered the cohesion of such a coalition, making this a less viable scenario in the long term. If Egypt had not been conquered by Rome, our world today might be remarkably different. Egyptian cultural and technological influence would have had a more prolonged impact on the Mediterranean region, while Roman hegemony would have been less consolidated. Perhaps Egypt would have evolved into a leading civilization in science, philosophy, and trade for longer, altering the course of European and African history. What do you think? Do you think Egypt would have prospered or faced new challenges? Leave us your ideas and theories in the comments. We want to know how you imagine this fascinating what if. In the next video we'll explore another exciting question. What would have happened if Alexander the Great had not died young? Don't miss it.